go. All right, I think we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to another Webflow workshop. I'm your host Nelson. Thank you for joining me this week. This week we're going back to the basics. We're going to rebuild a popular homepage. This time we're going to be doing interfacelovers.com. Now, how we structure these workshops, if you're not familiar, is we go through the first we look over the homepage. After that, we figure out how we're going to rebuild it by visually breaking it down. Then after that, we start building it from scratch inside of Webflow. And then in between, I get into your questions, and you guys send me some of the links that you're building inside of Webflow, and we just take a look at it. And then after that, we make the project responsive, the one that we're working on, and then we answer more questions and see other websites that you're working on. So that's a little bit of it in a nutshell. Thank you to everyone who's in the live chat room right now. So this is episode 92. Let's get started. Let me show you the site we're rebuilding. Okay, so this homepage right here, interfacelovers.com. We are going to do some basic stuff like laying out the elements and using some of the Webflow components. And then, since this is a very dynamic site, it has a bunch of interviews, and it also has some job postings. We can build some. Ooh, I'm dropping frames. Oh, sorry guys. Let me see. Real quick, let me see if I can fix this. Real quick. Let's go here. Okay, hopefully that fixes it. But anyways, back to it. So we're going to be rebuilding some collections. Basically, it's like Webflow's versions of databases, but you can do it visually. And then we're going to build with those dynamic data live in real time. Okay, so let's visually break this down. Okay, Fern says got audio but no video. Hopefully it's working now. Alright, see frames going. Okay, well, just gonna keep pushing on. Alright, so we have here a top nav bar. Okay, that's very simple to do. It's logo right here, the links on the right, so that's easy to do with Webflow. Now, some of you have already asked before I started streaming, what about the left column sticky? If you can see here, the nav bar goes away as I scroll down, but this part doesn't go away. But these right here still scroll down, and then if we go past this whole section, then it's no longer sticky. Is this possible inside of Webflow? Not yet. And I think it may be possible, though, in the near future with Interactions 2.0. I know, a lot of you are waiting for that, and there's a lot of stuff you can do. We're opening the doors to a lot of stuff you can do visually without coding. But if you need to do something like this now, you may have to hand code it and put that in the custom code area. Okay, so we're not going to be doing this. And notice the nav bar at the top, how if I scroll down just a little, the nav bar goes away. But if I scroll up, even though I'm not at the very top, of the page, the nav bar still shows up. So again, this is probably doable with Interactions 2.0, but not doable yet without custom code. Okay, so hopefully that answers your questions that I think Philippa had. And then right here, we're gonna go and make this section. This is probably going to be a collection as well. And then a basic section right here with the image, basic text, and a button. And then right here, the form. Okay, and two little social links, a footer. So yeah, super simple. When does Interactions 2.0 come out? Soon. All right. Let's get started. Now, when I first started this before the stream, I made sure that I uploaded the 3 images. They're very basic. You have the logo, and then you have a Twitter SVG and a Spotify SVG. And so I've already put those, and I also made some swatches, and they're using very basic colors, just black in different opacities. This one's 10, and this one's 5. And then they use black and solid black and solid white. So very simple. And when you're working on a simple site like this, the reason why it's simple is because they're focusing mostly on the content. The content and the photography is what makes the design. If you have a lot of content, you want to push back on the design. And then vice versa. If you don't have much content, that's when you should design more, okay? And make the layout more slick and kind of fancy because you don't have much content. So it's a lot of back and forth. All right, so let's do this. First thing you want to do, bring in that nav bar. So I'm going to drag in the nav bar right here. And we don't have to name it because Webflow already names it for you. So let's just go ahead and make it white. So this nav bar right here, let's just type in white, and there we go. And after that, it needs to have a logo. So let's go ahead and bring in our logo right here. There we go. And let's go ahead and let's go to the brand right here. And we're going to call this logo. And we don't want this too close to the edge. It doesn't look right too close to the edge. So I'm going to hold Alt so I can mess around with the top and bottom. And it looks pretty good like, let's see here. Let's do something like this. I think that's good right there. All right. Next, our nav links. Cool. Needs to be, let's see here. Yeah, our nav links need to be bold. So let's go ahead and make these bold. And I think the letter spacing is kind of, nope. Say negative. No, that's too close. Let's just leave it at 0. All right. And this one is probably, this one says interviews. This one says mixes. About. And we can just copy, Control C, Control V. And now we get a new link. So that one is still about. This one, subscribe. And let's go ahead and apply the same class name so all of them can be bold. And let me just double check. Does it have a hover effect? No, it does not. So we're good here. And it looks like these need to be in line with this. Now I can eyeball it, or I can do like a vertical vertical centering using Flexbox. So let me see if I can do Flexbox. Let me see. Oh no, you can't because there's a third. Yeah, you can't. What can I do? I guess I have to I have to just eyeball it. So something like that. I think these need to be a little bit bigger. Probably like 16. Yeah. 16 and 22. Alright. That works. Now this feels a little, if you notice like this right here, it's very wide. But if I go back here, this is very skinny. It's because we have a preset container that's set to 960 width and centered with margin auto on both sides. So we've already done that for you, but no, I want to make my own container. So here's how you do it. You drag in a div block into your nav bar, and let's just drag all the elements within it. Put it outside of the old container and put it in the new div block and delete that. Now you have better control over the width of your nav bar. So let me call this nav container. And yeah, let's see here. Let's make this 20 on both sides. Okay, actually, 20 on both sides, and then we'll do a max of like, I like to do 1200. And then center that. There we go. Cool. So navbar, done. That easy. All right, let's keep going. Let's start with the hero section, or let's just call it the first section. Let me just double check. Is there anything in this section, as far as the spacing goes, that we can reuse? If so, I'm just going to use the same class name over and over for each section. So it looks like the spacing is kind of the same here and here. But this one is very big, so but here it's the same. So yeah, let's just use section rather than a class name. So we're gonna let Webflow name it, and we're gonna keep going. Let's see here. In this section, let's go ahead and put a div block within it. Actually, sorry, back up. This section right here needs some spacing. We're gonna just say 50 for now. Okay, and then in here, this is our own container. I'm not using the container that Webflow made. I'm just creating my own. And so I can say 1200 pixel max, center that with 20 pixel padding on both sides. Now I can go ahead and put stuff in it. Let's go ahead and put another div block, and this one we're gonna call it flex because I want to flexbox this. All right, so inside of flexbox I want to make 2 columns. Okay, rather than using the old columns component that Webflow gives us, we want more control with flexbox. So I can go ahead and put a div block in here. It's already pushing to the left. And let me call this flex call for, or let me just write it all out, flex column. And this one is going to expand, and I can just copy and paste this, and now we have 2 columns. Okay, so I copy and pasted it. It's 2 flex columns. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and add some padding on the left and right. We'll say 10. Okay, and in here, in here in the flex column, we have an image. So this first one, we have one big image, that's a background, and then some text, bold text, regular text, and a button. So let's go ahead and do that. So flex column, let's just call this featured. Okay, and we'll give it a background, cover, center, no tile. And I'm not going to put any image because I don't have one yet, but I'm just laying out what my dynamic content would look like. Okay, and since this is featured, we'll say the height is something like 650 pixels, like that. Okay, all right. And now in here, inside of here, we can actually make this flex as well, so we can push down all the content inside and put it to the bottom. So let's go ahead and try that. Flex and push to the bottom. That's good. And also, this one should have some space. I'm looking at it right here. The space is probably like a 20. I'm gonna say 30. Let's try 30. On the padding right there. And now we can go ahead and start adding in some stuff, like we'll call this text link. Yeah, this text link right here, and we're gonna call this, what are we gonna call this? Name. Yeah, this will just be name, and this will be no underline, but it needs to be white, and it needs to be we'll say 44. Let's get 40 and 46. Bold. And just for laying out purposes, we'll put John Smith right there. We'll put a paragraph. Uh-oh. Nope, I don't want it side by side. So that means I need to go back here to my feature to make it vertical. Push it to the bottom left. There we go. Ooh, I need more space. We'll say 30-30. Cool. Alright, this actually has more space. Something like that. Since all the text is white, instead of just making this name white, I can just set it back to the default. And oh no, I can't. This one has to be white. And right here, this flex feature needs to be white. The reason why I have to call out white on this one particularly is because it's a link. So it defaults to blue unless I override it with white. If I just go here and say its parent, say, hey, all the text needs to be white, this won't turn white. See? See what happened? This, I have it as white, and it's applying the white color to this paragraph, but not to this link. So links have a special thing. You just have to overwrite. Okay, so there you go. This paragraph, let's go ahead and make it 30. And let's go ahead and put a button. So I can click on button and we'll call this white button. Give it a background of white. And the text color is black. There we go. And it's bold. And it says read interview. There you go. Actually, this should be wider too. So let's go ahead and make it wider. There you go. Cool. All right. So I've laid that out. Let's go ahead and go to the other column. Now, this column right here, it doesn't have to stretch to the same height as this. So I'm going to go back to my flex right here and push it to the top. So watch what happens. If I go here, it's that little thin line at the top. Now I'm going to start filling it up with stuff. Now, this flex column, it needs 2 columns on its own. So we're going to flex this as well. We're going to call this interview columns. And flex this as well. Now let's go ahead and put 2 flex columns inside of it. So I'm just going to put in a div and call this flex column and copy and paste. And there we go. Now we have 2 columns. Again, much more easier than using the columns component. And yeah, I think that's good. Let's go ahead and start adding some fake stuff. Let me just add one. Let's go ahead. Let's see here. Hold on. Is this a link? Okay, that whole thing is a link. Okay. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and put a link block. And so what I'm doing is this link block. Come on. Go inside. There we go. Okay. So this link block is going to hold... yeah, it's going to hold the image. So I'm going to drag in an image. And I don't have to put an image. I can just leave it as placeholder for now. But this width right here, we're going to give it 100%. And I don't want it to be named image. I'm going to name it photo. Because it's going to be the person's photo. And its parent right here, this link block, photo link. I'm going to say it's 100%. There we go. And the reason why 100% is I want it to be the full width of the flex column right here. Okay? So after that, this photo link also has some space at the bottom. So we're going to do 20. And let's go ahead and put in a name. So a text link. Oh, links can't be put inside of other links. So I have to drag it in there. Right. Okay, let's see here. Right here. Cool. Alright. And then we're just going to say Jane Smith. Cool. And small name. Because name right here is already taken. Actually, let's just call this big name. So we have 2. Alright, no underline. We got to override the blue color with black. So let's type in black. Make it bold. Oh. And press up arrow on my keyboard. Twice for 16. Twice for line height 22. Let's add some space at the bottom. I'm going to say 20 again and put a paragraph under it. Nice. I think we need more than 20. Oh. Oh, because this is inline. Needs to be block. There we go. Let's say 10. Cool. Maybe this is a little bit bigger. Say 18. Yeah? Yeah. Cool? Cool. Display inline. How about that? Okay. So I have this set up. Okay, now I understand. Now I visualize how I'm going to place my dynamic data. Okay. Now, before the stream, I also laid out when going through this. I've written out. Wait, let me show my screen. So I've written out, yeah. So how the collections would be set up. So I have the name, the photo, the company that they work for, which that's going to be a reference, a little summary, and then their full interview. Okay, and then for the job section, I have company, job title, location, is it full or part time, and then for the company's collection, name, description, and logo. Okay. And how I came up with that is that I just visually broke it down, this website, and I noticed what's the common things that each dynamic content has. So it has a photo, it has a name, it has a company, a little summary, and if I click on read interview, it's the same things, the same photo, same name obviously, company, summary, and then the actual interview. Okay, now I'm not going to copy and paste everything. I'm just going... Oh, I'm not showing on my screen. There it goes. So, again, what do they have? They have the photo, the name, company, summary, and if I click on read interview, it's the same thing. Okay, and the interview right here. Okay, and so... Let's see. There we go. So this is really easy to rebuild, and so let's go ahead and do that. The collection right here, I'm going to click on create new collection, and right here let's go ahead and start creating the collection for the interviews. So I'm going to name this interviews, and the collection URL or slug will just be interview, singular. And I'm just going to recreate what I wrote down. So I have the name, that's easy. The photo, which is an image. And we have a company, but we didn't make that reference yet, so we have to make another collection later. So I'm going to skip that and go to plain text for summary. And this summary is just going to be multiple line, but the maximum character count, I'm just going to take a guess and say like 250, right? And say field, add field, and we're going to create a rich text for the actual interview. Okay? And then that's it. Create collection. Let's create another one, another collection, and this one will be called companies. And this one will be, let's see here, company. And each company will have its own logo and a short description, probably multi-line, and this is going to be, yeah, we'll just say 250 as well. Say, description, and create collection. Cool. I think that's it. So I can go to interviews and click on that cog so we can add that single reference. So what a single reference is if you want to pull data from a different collection and make each collection talk to each other, I can say pull company names from, so company, pull company names from the company's collection. Save field, and I'm done. And now we're not going to rebuild and copy and paste everything from this site. What we're going to do is just generate some dummy ones. So we can just keep designing and then fill in those blanks later, okay? So I'm going to add, say, 10 items. And when I click this, it's filling in photos, names, text, and even the interview part, okay? So got a lot of lorem ipsum happening here. So let's look at the first one. We have our name. We have a photo, we have a summary, and we got, say, a fake interview, and then company, no items to reference. I forgot. Let's go ahead and save this. Let's make some companies. 5 companies right there, so we have some fake companies right there, and now we have to actually fill it in. Go here. Actually, I forgot we have this. If I click on this, we can delete them all. Yay! Oh, I remember you have to go through each one and delete it. Oh, that was so hard. All right. Add 10 items. So now it's going to pull from the companies as well. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right. Looks good. Cool. It picked the company for me. All right. So now that I have all this dummy data, I can start designing with it live. So for example, if I go to this flex column right here, it's featured. Forgot one. Well, it could be the latest. Yeah, this one would be the latest, not the featured. But anyways, I can go here and drag in a collection list. Okay. And in this collection list, oh, actually, let me figure this out. Could put this here and put this in here. Cannot drop elements inside of unbound. Oh, duh. I have to bind it. There we go. Interviews. And now for the interviews, I only want to show one, so I'm going to limit it to start at the first one, but limit it to only one. So if you see here, I only have the first interview, and I'm going to sort that by created on and newest to oldest. So the first one in the collection is always going to show up as the biggest. So that's how I'm setting this up. Okay, so let's see if I can drag this in here. Yep. Cool. Yes. Making it happen. So this flex column right here, we're going to... Actually, no, this shouldn't be a flex column. Should it? Alright, we'll figure it out. I'm going to get the background image and set it to photo. Ooh, that's scary. And go back here. And yeah, that's all set up for me. So now I can just start binding things. Okay? I'm gonna, this one is going to go to the current interview. So when I click on the link, it goes there. Get the text from the interviews collection. Get the name. And then the summary. The summary right here. So everything is just a couple clicks, and there we go. We got ourselves a nice little flex column. Let's go ahead and let me see if I can delete this. See what happens. So I'm deleting it because what I want to make this a flex column, the most parent one. Okay, that makes more sense. Featured. Okay, that's happening. Sort of. Let's delete this. Maybe this should be all zeros. I have to kind of backtrack what I just did because I forgot that this collection list has a bunch of other divs within it. So it would kind of ruin the layout. Let's see here. So this is happening. But I want the background. Okay. Right here. Okay, so I deleted the flex, so that way I can make this taller? I'm trying here, guys. Okay. That's not gonna do it. Height 100%. No. Hold on. Huh. I guess I need to make this 650 then. And make this flex to the bottom. Vertical. and make this 30/30. Okay, we're back on it. So let me explain what I just figured out. So this guy right here, flex column, he doesn't need to be height 650, okay, right here. But this div block right here, I'm going to call it featured, is going to be 650. So that way it can get this happening, okay? Whew. All right, next one. Let's add another collection list. And we're going to call it flex column again. Okay, so right here. And we're going to bind it to interviews. And if I go here, the sort order, again, I'm going to do it as created on newest to oldest. But limit items to, let me see here real quick. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one, we're going to limit it to 5. But it's going to start at the second one, but limit it to 5. Okay. In this flex column, I'm going to cut it and paste it within here. Oh, nice. And let's go ahead and remove the flex column from that and apply it to the most top one. Cool. Now, just to make it easier, I'm just going to delete this one and copy paste this. Now we have 2 columns and it's dynamic. Okay? And this one, though, it's going to be different because it's going to start at the 6th record and limit it to 5 again. Even though we only have 10, this could be, you know, limited to 5, so it's going to end. Let's see here. Okay, let's see what happens when we bind everything. Okay? So let's go to the photo link and start binding everything. This one goes to current interview. This photo is being pulled from here. There we go. Nice, nice. And this right here is the link, so we're going to point that to the current interview and then pull from the name. Nice. Cool. And let's just do the same thing on this side. Pull the image from there. And the photo link is going to go here. This text is going to go to the current interview. Summary. Oh, I didn't do the summary here. Summary. Am I dropping frames like crazy? Huh. Sorry, guys. But we're going to just keep moving on. Cool. I think that... Okay, so these 2 records are the same. I need to fix that. So this one starts... Start at 6. Oh, this one's supposed to start at 7. There we go. Awesome. So... there's that hero row. Okay. Again, the sticky part is going to have to be custom coded, or you can wait for Interactions 2.0 because it might have it. Because I know there is some new scroll interactions, and I'm hoping that's one of those things that you can do. All right. So we got this part done. Yeah, let's add a show all button at the end. Let's see. Let's close this up, and let's go ahead and put a button right here. Okay, this link, okay, this flex column, interview columns, let's wrap children, because this one right here, this big button, I don't want it at the top, I want it at the bottom, so I want it to be wrapped. So if I go right here and say basis 100, will it go to the bottom? Nope, nope. Yes, it did. So because it has a width of 100, let's call this grid button. Because it has a basis of 100, it goes to the bottom because this is 50, this is 50, and this is 100. So the flex, I'm telling it, wrap children if it goes above 100. And so it did, and there we go. So I can go ahead and center that, and let's go ahead and style it appropriately. Alright, this one says show all. And it's bold, it's black, and I think the background is this one. Yep. I think this is bigger too, like 16. Nope, never mind. Yeah, like that. We'll leave it like that. It's a little bit taller too. Alright, how do you guys feel about that? Yeah? Alright, moving on. Next section. Right here, jobs. So let's go ahead and let's see here. All right, let's take the different route. So what I did on that first one was I created the layout first and then I made the collection. Now, here's another approach to it. You can make the collection first and then start laying it out after. All right, so let's go ahead and do that other approach. Go to the CMS, create a new collection. We're going to call this jobs, and collection URL is job. All right, so like I said, you can go back here. Like I said, I laid out all of these collections first on paper. And so I have the company, which is basically the name, the job title, location, and full or part-time. Okay. Let's see here. Wow, I'm dropping frames when I go to my webcam. Sorry, guys. Alright, moving on. So we have the name already done. Description. So that's going to be a plain text, multiple line, 250. We're going to call this description. Oh, sorry. I'm going to call this job title. And this will be a single line with a maximum character count of... The job title shouldn't be that long. We'll just say like 50. Alright, and then job title, location, same thing. Let's see, this one will be 100. And okay, so this one is either full-time or part-time. So I can click on the option and call this we'll call this FT/PT. And so the person who's filling out this collection, this data, will have the option to say full-time or part-time. Okay, so what kind of job is it? And create collection. Done and done. And we'll put 10 dummy items. And there we go. It's already created for me. And it shows full-time or part-time. That's a long location. Maybe I shouldn't have put 100. Let's go ahead and fix that. Let's fix these. These are way too long. So if that's the name of the company, the job title. Oof, yeah, way too long. Alright. That one's good, that one's good. Save it. Just editing some stuff. Just dummy stuff that we'll start laying out very soon. Alright, That should be good. All right, so now I have all my dummy stuff. Well, that's really long. If that's a company name, let me fix this real quick. Not happy with it. Okay, cool. Those could be company names, including that one. Just ET. Okay. Anyways, so I've made that. Let's start laying it out. So this is the section I'm doing. Okay, and we have 2 columns. We're not going to do this animation because that's custom code. So this is 1 column and this is another column. And again, flexbox. So this is probably going to be expand to shrink, and this one's going to be expand to, yeah, let's do it. Let's get a section in here. Oh no. Try it again. Okay, I put a section above it. There we go. Alright, we're down here. We're going to call this section. There we go. Now we have that 50-50. Where'd that 75 come from? I did not make that, but we'll see. And we're going to put a div block, and this is our container. And inside of it... Oops. I clicked. There we go. Inside of it, we have 2 columns, so let's go ahead and put another div. And this one's going to be flex. Cool. It's working out. This one is going to be, we're going to call it job column. Job column 1, because this is going to, let's copy and paste that. And this one is going to be job column 2, actually. And this one is going to expand. Actually, let's make them both expand. But this one will grow twice as big. Yeah, there we go. So this is like a 75, or no, this is a 66, and this is a 33%. Okay? Okay. Now that we have our dynamic content, let's go ahead and drag in our collections list. And we're going to pull from jobs. And we're going to make sure that they're all their own row. But we only want to show the first 4. So we can go to this collection list setting, sort the order by created on, so it's newest to oldest. And then also limit the item. Hey, limit the items to start at 1, but what? All right. There you go. Limit it to 4. There we go. Awesome. Now inside of these, I can start designing. Let's say, let's go ahead, and the whole thing is a link, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is going to have a link block, and this link block is going to go to the current job. And this link block, we're going to call it job link. And it's going to be a width of 100%. And it's going to be flexing. Let's put some padding inside of it. Like 15. And the reason why I flex it is because I want it to have 3 columns. So this is 1, 2, 3. Right? Now, the first thing we're going to do is put in a text block. And this is going to pull from the name of the company. So there we go. And then we're going to put another text block. So I'm just going to copy and paste that one. And this one's going to pull from the job title. Right? And now, this one, it has 2 texts. The location and the full-time or part-time. And so we're going to put that above each other. How we're going to do that is we're going to put another div block. And then we're going to copy and paste text within it. Let's do it twice so you can see what's happening. So this text block is going to pull from the location, and this one is going to pull from full-time or part-time. Cool? All right. Now we need a. Now it doesn't look. It doesn't look nice, right? It doesn't look neat. So let's fix that. For the job link, everything does not need an underline, and everything needs to be black. Okay. Also, everything needs to be bold. And now we can go ahead and start messing around with all these. So, let's see here. Can I try space between, or space around? Nope. Ah, there we go. No, but these aren't lining up, so I can't do that. So I guess I'm just going to push them all to the left. And then, let's see here. Actually, if this is inside of a div block, these two can also be inside of a div block, and then I can push them to the sides. Let's try that. I'm going to drag in a div block right here, put these pieces of text within it, and let's see what happens when I push them off to the sides. Getting closer. But these need to be on the same line, so this div block, let's go ahead and, what if I expand it all the way? And this one right here, this text block, display inline, as well as this one. Getting closer. We'll rename the classes later. Let's see here. How can I make these line up? So maybe this one, actually give it a width of, say, 75%, so it goes like that. What if it does this? 65%. No. Maybe this right here has a minimum width. No, they all have to have a width. So let's say hold on, I'll figure it out, guys. I want you all to be the same. Huh. So if I do a pixel, it works. Okay, so these are lined up the same. These right here need to be lined up on the right like this. There we go. And this guy right here needs to be bigger. And they're all lined up. Let's see here. Cool. So let me go back to what I did. So right here, this job link, I made sure that it's aligned vertically center. This right here, I had to give it a width of 220, so that way these right here, this column lines up. And this one I made this bigger. And these are all within their own div, so that way, well, let's see here. If I remove it, okay, it still works. Okay, so it doesn't need to expand. And then these are in their own block, and it's being pushed off to the right because this is one div block right here, and the other one is over here. And so that way Flex is pushing it to the sides with this guy right here. And yeah, that's about it. Simple. All right, now if you notice that every odd row is a different color, yeah, you can't do that without in Webflow because we don't have those like you can't target odd and even within CSS with Webflow yet. I hope that will be coming soon, but you can custom code it, but we're not going to do that right now. I'm just going to do a hover state for the background color, and we'll move on. Okay, so when I hover, it does this. Cool. All right, let's go ahead in the left column right here. All right, so we're just going to say 19 designer jobs. Okay, So let's make that. Put a text here and job big text. Oh wait, whoops, I forgot to rename these. Alright, let's fix this. This is company name. Let's double click, job title. And I know this one right here. So it's not good to leave your selectors the same auto name. It's kind of like going into like Photoshop and leaving everything as layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That doesn't explain what that thing is. That's not fair to your colleagues or even to yourself in the future. You're not being fair, because if you have to go back to this project and you're like, what is div block 29? You know, that's not good. So rename it whenever you can. Job link column 1. Job link column 2. This one is... Oh, I don't need those because I didn't style them. So we're good to go. Nice. All right, so job big text. This one says 19... And we can hold shift and press enter to do a line break. Designer jobs. Okay. So this one's going to be bold. It's going to be huge. We're going to say like 60 would be good. 50. Cool. Cool. And let's go ahead and push this down a bit because there's something under it. And it's a paragraph. And this one says this stuff right here. And I think the max width of this, actually, this column right here, let's just add some padding, because they're really far from each other. I don't like that. I like playing with percentages because it's more fluid than straight pixels. So I get nervous when I'm using pixels. Alright, so this paragraph right here, let's make it a wee bit bigger by 2 pixels. And then after that, let's go ahead and put a button, and this is going to be a black button. Post a job. Black button. Black background, white text, bold, white, a little bit, oops. There. Oh, what's going on? There we go. And lastly, pricing starts at $200. So let's go ahead and put that there. Pricing starts at 200. We're gonna call this oh, paragraph 2. I don't want that. Job paragraph. This one is pricing footnote 0. Push that away. Needs to be small. Cool. All right. I think this section is done. All right. Actually, there's a black button at the end of this, so let's go ahead and add that. There you go. Black button, column 2. Make that display block so it goes to full width. Center that text. See all 19 jobs. Cool. We're not going to do the powered by Panda. Alright. A little bit beefier. Cool! Actually, it needs to be further away. Alright. Yeah. Okay. What's next? Simple. Okay. This one's probably going to be a background image on the left. This one is going to be 2-column. Yeah, simple. Let's do it. Alright, let's place a new section. So, notice when I drag in section, like, everything expands and it's like, oh god, what do I do? What I like to do is just put it in between two sections or, like, somewhere higher. And then I just drag the other one above it. And there we go. So you don't have to keep finding the bottom of the tree. Alright, this one is section. Actually, no, this is going to be mixes section. We'll just call it mixes section. The reason why is because I don't want the top and bottom padding. Because this one is going to be black. And we have inside of here another div block, and this one's going to be called container. And see here, this container, let's go ahead and give it a height. No, let's give it, oh, that's all the containers. Oop, my bad. What do I want to do? What if I put flex for now? So I'm going to put in a div block, and this one's going to be flex. Yeah, that's what I want. But this is going to be mixes flex because I want things to be vertically centered. And also the height of this, actually, you know, the padding of this, something crazy like, let's say 128, something like that. And let's start putting stuff in. Put in a div block, and this is going to be flex column. Copy paste. No, that's not going to work because I don't need this. I don't need this. This flex column right here, though, we're going to call it mixes column, mixes text, and this is what needs the inner padding. Okay. Now we can start putting in our text. So this one's probably going to be like an H2 white, and this one has the text mixes to match your every mood. Alright, and now let's go ahead and put a paragraph, and this paragraph is going to be white. Move that out a bit. Oh, and it's bold too. Cool. Mixes summary. And then we need a white button. Do I have a white button already? Yeah, I do right here. So I'm going to copy this. Can I copy it from here and paste it here? Yes, I can. All right. All right. All mixes. Cool beans. Oh, this one needs to be lower. Something like this. This guy right here, a little bit lower. All right, now in this column right here on the other side, flex column mixes image, because it's going to, can I do 100%? No, I cannot. Hold on. Oh, okay, that's why. I want to stretch it. There we go. Now I have the full 100% height. So now I can add my background. Oh, I didn't put the image yet. Hold on. Let me go get it. There you go. Cool. Now this flex column right here makes this desktop centered. No repeat. Actually, probably at the top, huh? Yep, like that. Is it cover? Probably. And probably push this away a bit. Again, I don't like straight pixels because then when it gets down to the responsiveness, it's not fluid. So I'm going to say 10%. That one's the easier section. I think I can push this more. Something like that. Cool. All right. Moving on. Cool. So this is a footer. I'm sorry, it's a form. So let's go ahead and get a section. Drag that up. Call this section. Put our container. Now we don't need flex because everything in here is all centered. If you look here, everything is just centered. So let's just go ahead and put our form inside of here. I'm gonna click it. There we go, form block. And all we need is email. So I'm gonna delete this label, that one, and that label. And this one says your email address. Cool. And this form block right here. Let's go ahead and center everything. Alright, and the max width of this whole thing should be, say, yeah, 550. And if this can be centered, yeah, there we go. So back to the form. 550, center that. There we go. This one should be black button, column 2. Nope. Back button, full width. Or 100%. Ah, there we go. And it says, sign me up. Alright, making progress. Now let's go ahead and put the heading. Let's say this is H2 as well. Let's put it inside the form. Oh no, we don't want to put it in the form. Alright. H2, and this one says, be the first to know. And let's go ahead and center this. Put a line break, line break. No, we're not. Make it more fluid. We're going to set a max width of 750. Center that. Yeah, something like that. Cool. Zero it out there. Push this down. I'm going to call this form heading. And yeah. Actually, let's push this away from the top. A little bit more space. And the form block, let's push it down a bit so we have more space below it. So it looks like a full section. I think that's good right there. Push this down a bit more. Nice. Cool. Ah, one more thing. Let's go ahead and put in a div block at the bottom. Right there. And this one right here, I'm going to say social links, centered. And so these social links, we're just going to use a link block. And inside of this link block, we're going to put in an image. So I'm going to drag in the Twitter into it. There we go. Copy and paste. This one, double click the image so I can just replace it with that. And let's push this away from each other. Like, we'll say yeah, something like that. 12, 13. Okay, something like that. And then we'll rename this to social link. And go here and social link. Ah, nice. Pretty cool. And this right here, social links, let's push it down some. Cool. Last one. Super simple. Just a black section with centered text. All right, let's go. Let's go. New section. Right. This one is section. And this one right here, we're gonna have a. We don't really need a container because it's just. Let's just put it anyways. Nope, wrong thing. Our own container. Put a div block. Container. And let's just call this centered. So we'll give a combo class of centered because text inside is going to be centered. This section right here, let me go back to it, needs to be black. So I'm going to call this black. Oh wait, I already have a black section? Oh no, I don't. So black in the background is going to be black. And let's go ahead and start putting in some text links. So I'm going to put a text link here, and it starts off as blue. Again, you have to override it. So we're going to say footer link, display inline, make this white, no underline, make it bold. I think the text size is good. Now let's go 16. Okay. And yeah, so the first one is interviews. And now I'm going to put another piece of text. And this one, we're going to call it slash. Because it's going to be display in line, so it's in the same line right here. And we're just going to put a slash like that. Give it some space in between. Make it white, bold. Make it bigger. Like that. Actually needs more space. So something like that, 10. And so now I can just copy and paste this, push that over to the side, and do the same thing. Copy and paste, push it over to the side. How many links do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 3, 4, and 5. All right, rename them to mixes about post job and email us. Cool. I think, well, let's just make this bigger real quick. Yeah, something like that. All right, let me publish this so you guys can see. This is the desktop version of something like interfacelovers.com, complete with dynamic stuff. We did that in what, an hour? All right. So let me post the link right there. All right, let's check it out. Wish this could be sticky, but we'll get there one day. Wish this can be animated, but we'll get there one day. Oh, wait. Let me... Oh, okay, so this is supposed to be like the gray color, including this one. All right, let me fix that real quick. We're going to call this gray, section gray. There we go. Same thing with this section gray. Hey, I thought I... Oh, I'm spelling gray different. All right. Fixed. All right, let's see. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. Cool. All right, let me see if I can fix my camera so we don't have any dropped oh, we're dropping frames. Let me try to fake video output. Not sure why we're dropping frames, guys. All right, but this is your time. Let me see if I can fix this. Yeah. Okay, hopefully we're not... Oh, we're dropping frames like crazy. Oof. We were dropping frames like crazy. That's not good. All right. This is your time to let me know. What are you guys working on? Do you have any questions about Webflow? Let's see it. I know there were questions during my build, so let me scroll up and look at these questions and answer them right now. Jason saying, any news on Interactions 2 video mentioned on last week's stream? Interactions 2 video? I know that we tweeted out a pretty cool thing. Let me see if I can get to it. Twitter/Webflow. Okay, and yeah, this thing right here. This thing right here. Amazing. This is what Ryan built, and it's kind of like the Apple TV interaction. But the thing that blew my mind about this was the lighting. Look at the lighting. Look at the lighting that just goes around. So I asked around the office, how did he do that? And Waldo, he showed me his own version of it, and I was like, oh, it's so simple. That lighting is just a radial gradient. And based on the X and Y position of the mouse, the radial gradient will move to different areas. And because you have a overflow hidden, it doesn't go beyond the little card thing. So I'm like, that's amazing. Carolus is saying, please implement new breakpoint for 1200 pixels. 960 is old school. I agree. 960 is old school. And this is where you can take advantage of the basic div block, where you can make your own, just like I did, make your own containers. But a larger breakpoint is something that has been on our radar. And I don't know where the what the status is on that one, but it would be really nice, I agree, to have a larger breakpoint. Let's see here. Okay, and I think, Carolus, your question was answered from the rest of the community, so thank you guys. Olipop, welcome. Let's see here. Has anyone noticed a problem? Mobile view. If you build an iPhone 6, your site will look rubbish on any other phone. I'm guessing that's a Safari issue, because I've noticed that on my own side projects, where if I'm stacking collections or if I'm stacking flex boxes and I don't specify a height in the mobile view, then things just overlap on top of each other. And it really gets frustrating. And so what I do is I just completely remove Flexbox in the mobile breakpoints, and I just do display block and just start messing around with them. Unless I need to reverse the order of elements, that's when I stay on Flexbox, but mess around with the height property. Okay. Let's see here. People helping out. Cool, cool. All right. All right, we got 2 links. The first one, Spencer saying lowering camera res may help with frames. I noticed that, so that's what I tried to do. I set the camera res to, what do I have it right now? 640 by 360. Do I have to go lower? All right, let me go lower real quick. Let me see if it'll help. I'm gonna do 432 by 240. There we go. Alright, hopefully no more drop frames. Let me see if I go here. Oof, that quality. Am I drop? Ah! But I still dropped frames! Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out on the next one. Last week, I was streaming from an awesome VR gaming PC, and everything was so smooth. I even had 2 cameras. Mine, not so much. So hopefully I can fix this next week. Alright, let's look at Matthew's work. g4c.webflow.io. So again, if you have a Webflow site that you're building, post it in the live chat right now. And it has to be a .webflow.io. Ooh, I think I remember this one. Okay, so that intro is cool. However, since this is a e-commerce site, I can tell it's an e-commerce site because the first thing you have here is shop. Okay? So you have to think when it comes to interactions, especially intro interactions, you have to think, if I'm a person who goes to this site 5 times in a row, what would my experience be like? Would I still be enjoying that intro? Or will I be a little bit annoyed that I have to wait for that intro to finish so I can get to where I'm going on the website? So kind of think about that. Maybe a skip intro button, or maybe if you can find out how to custom code it, add a cookie. Hold on. There we go. Maybe add a cookie to the user's computer to say, hey, you've already been here, so skip that interaction. Okay, so something to think about. But yeah, that intro was smooth. I liked it. Alright, featured roast levels. Are these tabs? Oh no, they're not tabs, they're different pages, but they look like tabs. Okay, A to Z. Alright, cool. I really like this very big nav bar and the logo in the center. Really nice. Should it be a sticky nav? I like these little icons. Good job. Okay. I like it. Let's go Heaven's Blend. Oh, cool. The galaxy. I like it. Is this... Wait, is... Oh, it's Shopify. Good job. You got Shopify on here. Nice. Okay. What if this was backwards? What if they each of them started as this small, and then when you hover it, then it becomes bigger and in color? Just a thought. I don't know if you played around with that yet, but again, design is subjective. Okay, this one I can tell you right now. This, you have a lot of spacing here, but no spacing right here. It feels too tight. So you want to add some padding to the top and bottom of this so it has more breathing room. Okay. Okay, let's go to wholesale. I like your forms. Yeah, the only thing I would say is the footer. Fix the footer and you're good to go. Alright, moving on. Blaze, what's up, man? What are you working on? I think your own website? Oh god, this one! Oh, this one blows my mind. I've seen this before. I think we talked about it in the company Slack, and I was like, what? Oh man. Okay, so this has an intro, okay? And because it's a portfolio site, and it's not a site that you'll continually go back to because you want to buy something, an intro interaction is okay. And this one is really smooth. And of course I like it because it's all spacey and everything, because that's my thing. But Blaze, wait, oh yeah, this is probably based on a previous workshop I did, right? It kind of looks like it. All right, let's. Can I scroll? No, I can't. Oh, you have it in French and English too. I want to keep it in French. What? Yes, you have it exiting. You have an exiting transition and then an intro. Dude. No, you have... Oh, okay. Stop it. My mind. Oh my gosh. This is so pretty. What are you doing to me? Wait a minute. Is this... Blaze, is this a CMS? Is this Collections? Please tell me it's Collections. Oh, man. Did we... If we haven't featured this yet, I'm going to. I'm going to tell the guys to feature this. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I'm kind of jealous, man. This is really nice. What are you doing? God, please. How long did it take you to do this? My mind is exploding right now. Oh, man. Stop it. Not CMS yet. Oh, but it's okay, man. It's... Oh, little... See, even... Little things like this make me happy. When you take the time to do something small. You know, you don't have to, but it's just the little things. And okay, I'm done. Stop it. God. Alright. Moving. Oh, Alex with the jQuery help. Good job. Nice. Session storage. Alright, I can click. Alright, I'll click one. Why? Wait, how did that even happen? Okay, I'm gonna dissect this on my free time. Because... Why? Because if I go here, I click it, it's a different URL. So that's an exiting, how... What? I'm so mad at you. Oh man. And it goes in that. And it goes in that. Okay, I gotta get out of this website. Alright, exposure, what are you doing? Just a simple one-page site we're starting to build off on. Alright, let's go look. Because my mind... I'm trying to piece together my mind right now. It's like, it's too much. Welcome to Defining Edge. Learn more. Okay. Oh, cool, we got 3D transforms here. Nice. Something is scrolling on the left and right. You might want to fix that. Something is making it go left and right. Not sure what. Okay, cool. UX is a team sport. That it is. That it is. Okay, cool. So, a thing about learn more. It's like a very basic call to action label. Learn more. I like to think of call to action labels kind of like road signs. You know, if it's very generic, the user won't really know what's about to happen if they click on that thing. For example, if I'm in the right lane of a street, and the sign says right lane is gonna do something, and it's like, what? Right lane is gonna do what? Merge? Is it gonna turn left? Turn left. Is it gonna turn right? It's an exit only? Like, what does it mean? So maybe something like, welcome to Defining Edge. Here is what we do. Or let's see, co-design and get feedback in real time. Oh, so there we go. Co-design and get feedback in real time could be replace learn more, you know, because it's like, oh, okay, I kind of know what I'm about to get myself into. And this learn more right here, learn more about what, you know, is this the app? And so maybe it's more app details or something like that. It's a road sign to tell someone you're about to do this. And learning more is just very basic, but yeah. So this is where like content strategists and all that stuff like really, really help out. Okay, so we got some logos, nice. Okay, this one's being cut off, and it's because you have this. So I'm guessing this is a div that's kind of tilted. So you might want to fix that because companies do not like when their logos are messed up, because they spend a lot of money making sure that their logos are clean. So watch out for that. All right. Again, learn more. Learn more about what. But I like the 3D that you're doing, and I like the text in the background right here. I like that. It's very subtle. Same thing here. Dude, I would love this inside of Webflow. Oh, that would be so cool. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. Maybe the color goes away. The color overlay goes away because it's like I want to know what that image means to the text. Yeah. Ignore the brands, by the way, just placeholders. Ah, okay, cool. Brands ignored. Cool. More space. I think this is like the very end of your book that you're telling a story. And so if this is the very end and you want people to take action, which is to call you, email you, or even put in their email address, this needs a lot more padding on the top and bottom, just to give it more weight that this is its own section and they need to be focused on it. Because right now, I'm kind of distracted by this gradient and I'm distracted by this footer. Okay? So give it more. It's kind of like the interface lovers right here. So this is its own section and it has a lot of space on top and bottom. Cool, cool. I think that's cool. I think that's it. Let's go back to interface lovers. Let me get my laptop up real quick. And we're going to make everything mobile, responsive, because you can't have a static site just only for desktop. Because why? That's not good. All right. Good questions, great sites. My mind is blown. And I love what you guys build every week. It's just amazing what you guys can do with this. And, you know, it's just the beginning of Webflow. All right. Where are we at? Okay. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, looks good so far. Oh, Exposure said, very basic site at the moment, like an alpha. I'm part of the team that built that Bentley and Main site you reviewed the other week. Ah, yes. That one is cool. Great job, Exposure. All right, let's move on. Seems a bit thin. So let's go ahead and let's see. How do we fix this? How do we fix the things? What if this flex right here was wrap children, and then this flex column right here, we'll go ahead and set that to 100% on the basis. So that way it's its own row. And let's go ahead and make the height a bit smaller, like say 450. Oh, we got some overlapping issues. That's interesting. But why? Okay. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm not gonna set the height there. Wait, did I set the height? Set this to auto. Yeah, there we go. Set that to auto. Go back to this. And that's set to auto. Nice. And this featured right here, though, is set to 650. So let's say 450. Cool. And push it. So this flex column right here, featured. Let's push it down a bit. Cool. And this flex column, interview columns, let's remove the padding on the left and right. There we go. All right, things are looking good. Things are looking good. Let me see what they do here. Hold on. So they actually, on the tablet, they keep it thin. So maybe, let me just undo everything I did and just keep it thin. Okay, yeah, it still works. Move on. Ugh. This is where we need that stickiness. Alright, cool. Moving on to the next one. Alright, so they kept it the same here. So let's keep moving. This one looks fine. This one looks fine. Yeah. Okay. So this breakpoint, I did nothing, and it still works. Alright. Let's squeeze on in. Right there. So this one, they kind of different. Did it a little bit differently. So I'm going to see if I can recreate this one. So the featured one is full width. Yeah, so let's do that. This flex column right here needs to be auto. All right. And this flex right here needs to wrap children. Okay, I still got that. This flex column that's featured needs to be 100%. And it does a full bleed. It like goes all the way to the edges. So this container, I guess all the containers have to be 0. Actually, no. This is the only container that doesn't have to be. So we're just going to call it hero. So that way I don't mess around with the other containers on this page. So 0 that out. And this section, we're going to call it a hero section. And it goes all the way to the top like that. All right. This featured. Let's make it smaller. Let's say 450. 550. Cool. Cool. All right. And then push this away. Something like this. All right. You can keep everything as is. Although, what's this? Flex column div block. Whoa, did it get blurry? Okay, there we go. Flex column div block right here. We're going to give it a class name of interview block. So push it down like that. Interview block, push things down. There we go. Nice. Happy, happy, happy. Moving on to designer jobs. Are you searching? Post a job. Cool. Yeah, this post a job. So this one, black button. This would need to be a width of, or actually, can I do this? Yes, I can. Right there. There's some space here. Oh, okay. So job column 1, 0. Ha, nice. Okay. And this right here, this pricing footnote needs to be centered. Nice. What's that? Oh, cool. That one's done. Okay, so this row is different. So this one, display block. Haha, that was easy. Yay! Oh, okay, so this next one right here, this one should be easy. This one is vertical. But where'd you go? Oh, it's because this first column right here, it doesn't have a actual width or height or anything. So I'm gonna have to use padding inside or a min height. Actually, yeah, let's do a min height of 500. Oof. No. 300. There we go. Zero this out. That's fine. This container right here, we're gonna call it mixes container, so that way I don't mess around with any other containers, and it doesn't need any padding. And mixes images. Doesn't need a cut. Oh, sheesh. Maybe contain. Oh, it's a completely different image. All right, so I didn't get that image, so we're just gonna just do something. Actually, let's do a width of like. Do it like that. Okay. And to the creator of the site, sorry. This is all for educational purposes anyways. So there we go. This flex column right here mixes text. Doesn't need that much space anymore. There we go. There we go. Cool. This form still looks good. Okay, so look at this. Let me see if I do an inspect. Go like this. Let's see. Can I make this bigger? There we go. So what am I working on right here? I'll show you. Okay, cool. Right here. So the slashes go away. All right. So the slashes go away, but all of these are bigger. So that's easy to do. Take a slash, display none, and these footer links, display block, and put some space in between them. So the reason why I use padding instead of the margin to space them out is because the padding gives it more room for someone to click on. So if they click anywhere in this box, they'll go to that link. Whereas if I use this, sure, they're away from each other, but look, the box is thin as the text. So it doesn't give much space for that finger to tap on. So this is better. More tapping room. And let's make these bigger. Cool. And there we go. Let's go to the last breakpoint. Let's see what we need to fix. Okay, that guy is big. Let's see. So if we do this, it's not good. It doesn't resize. So let's go here to the logo and give it a width of a percentage. We'll start with 50% and see what happens. Oh, okay. Why is there 10 here? There we go. Just keep going until it breaks. Oh, okay, there it goes. It broke. Alright, we're gonna do 65? Yeah, 65. And if I go back up one breakpoint, actually 2 breakpoints, I just noticed that the menu button doesn't look good. So let me push it down a bit. Looks good. Looks good. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't look good. What am I talking about? There we go. Nice. All right, let's see what we're working on with now. So something like this. It's the same thing. Still 50%, 2 columns. This one's the same, this one's the same, this one's the same. Okay, cool. I think we did. Oh, no. Did nothing. Why? Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. So this has a grow of 2. So if I go here, we're still fine. But if I shrink it, we're still fine. We're still fine. But if I go here, not fine. So what if I shrink? Oh, whoops. I know why. It's because this right here. No? Someone has a... There it is. Someone has a set pixel. So this is what happens when you use set pixels. This is what I'm talking about. When you're working with set pixels, it's not responsive. It's not fluid. All right? So you'll get into this issue where you have horizontal scrolling. And so you can fix this. Let's just say auto. Okay, so that works. But this is getting really close. So maybe this one should be smaller. Okay, cool. There we go. We fixed that. That one works. Well, do they still have that graphic? Yeah, they do. Okay, cool. They have the graphic. This all mixes. Okay, so I have to go back up one and fix all mixes to be display block centered. Oh, need to sneeze. Excuse me. All right, and then I think that's it. I think we've done it within 2 hours, or less than that, an hour and some change. So let me go ahead and post that up real quick. Boom, published. We did it. All right, now I have extra time to answer your questions and take a look at what you guys are building again. All right, so I'm not going to go to my full video screen because I don't want to drop any more frames. So let's go ahead and see what you guys are talking about. Gabby.com about chance to do an hover effect like that. I'll take a look at that later. Olipop, that's a pretty simple interaction, absolutely achievable in Webflow. Okay. Spencer, can you change the menu icon and close icon? It always bugs out when I try and add a different SVG icon. Yes, you can change this guy right here to whatever you want. This is just an icon. You can place a different image in there as long as it's inside of this menu button. This menu button has the pre-coded features for the responsive menu system that Webflow gives you. So yeah, you can change that. And I know Waldo posted a long time ago on the forums a bunch of different menu buttons. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. Waldo hamburger. I think this is it. Oh wow. Yeah, this. Let me see here. Jelly donut. Oh wow. Yeah, you can totally do crazy things. I don't know if that's... Where did he... Ah, here we go. He even wrote a blog post about it. There you go, Spencer. That should help. What if I told you you can do it in Webflow? Yeah. So you can do something like this. And he explains how. Alright, so hopefully that helps. Let's go on to... Nelson, what command did you use to zero out the margin without having to enter 0? Zero out the margin. Zero out the margin. I probably do it really fast. I press 0 on my keyboard number pad and press the enter on the keyboard number pad. So it probably looked like that really fast. If that's what you're talking about. Spencer, hey guys, do you think anyone would be interested in some interaction tutorials? Yes! Interaction tutorials would help out a lot of people. Do it, Olipop. I mean, you are one of the kings of interactions. You've made a Pokeball. Speedy fingers. Yeah. Any other questions about Webflow, web design, life? I don't know. Let's see any other questions that I probably missed. Yeah, so that was a fun thing to do for interface lovers. Hopefully you guys caught some tips. Let me just summarize what we did while I'm waiting for more questions. So, first thing I did, as always, is I look for colors of the website. And I immediately add them to my swatches inside of Webflow. Also, I look for any assets, like the logos, any icons, any imagery. And then, if they have any dynamic stuff, that's when I start writing down, again, let's see here. I start to write down all the common things that the website has and start laying it out as a collection. Okay? And then after that, I just start building it out. Olipop, king of interactions. Yes, add that to your CV. And then when the interviewer is asking, what does that mean? just show them your Webflow site and just be like, bam, enjoy. All right. And for some reason, take out a mic out of your suit pocket and then drop it. Okay, what else? What else? Yeah, so I think that's about it. No new questions, no new links are coming in the live chat. So we're going to end it off now. Let's go through our... Let's see if I can do this without dropping frames. Am I dropping frames? Yeah, I was dropping frames. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Okay. Well then. If you have any billing, account, or technical issues, please contact support by going to our new university.webflow.com. So, yeah, let me give a plug right here. You guys, the education team went nuts with this site. There's 120 videos to learn web design in general and Webflow. If you haven't checked it out, university.webflow.com. Go to it, learn it. And there's some jokes in here that you're learning, all of a sudden a joke from out of nowhere, and you're like, oh my god, this is fun way to learn, you know? So check it out. You have everything you need, including, this one's important, CSS layout and positioning. A lot of people who are just learning Webflow forget how to position their elements. This isn't just like an image editor where you can place something exactly where it is. No, everything is fluid. And so this course right here is very important, okay? So, university.webflow.com, click on contact at the top, and email us if you have any billing, account, or technical issues, and we'll help you out as fast as possible. If you have any design or custom code issues, please go to the forum at forum.webflow.com and post your question there. The global community there wants to help you. We all want to learn together, and if you get your question answered, please pass that forward and answer someone else's question so we can all grow together as one big happy community. This stream happens every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's twitter.com/webflowapp, or on Instagram, which is at webflowapp. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, facebook.com/webflow, or you can follow me on Twitter at thepixelgeek. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been fun, great sites that you're building, and as always, make the web beautiful. See you next week.